Hello everyone, welcome to our 10th episode of Jeunesse Longevity TV.
Jeunesse, we are redefining youth.
Zen Bodi. Zen Bodi for what? Zen Bodi for losing fat, not losing weight. So what is the difference between losing fat and losing weight? To understand the difference, let's see how our body composition is. Our body is made of 3 parts. The most important part is water, which represents 60 to 70% of the total weight. Then the lean mass, which is essentially muscles and bones, and represent 20 to 30% of the total weight. And finally, the fat mass, representing from 5 to 30% of the total weight, depending on your corpulence. When we lose weight, we lose mainly water, muscles, and fat, and this is not good because we need the water, and obviously we don't want to lose muscles. So scientists try to find out a way of losing fat without losing muscles, taking in consideration that we can always drink water. So what happens when we eat food in terms of energy? Food are broken down into macronutrients, which are basically protein, fat, and carbohydrate, and in micronutrients, which are vitamins, minerals, and trace elements. All those nutrients cross the intestinal barrier and go to the blood. Carbohydrates are going first in small storage place in the liver and are stored in the form of glycogen. But the space is limited. All that is controlled and managed by a couple of opposite hormones called insulin and glucagon. But if we don't need immediate energy, or if the liver storage is full, then the carbohydrates are converted into fat and are directed into the fat cells. This is the way to gain weight by eating too much pasta, pizza, cookies, bread, sugar, and sugar drinks. Protein are sent where is needed, but if necessary, they can be converted to fat too. Fat are usually sent directly to the fat cells, and more fat you eat, more fat you keep. Now, what happens when the fat is inside the fat cells? As I told you, our genes are oriented to saving energy and will be reluctant to let it go out from the cell. This is why nature built a sophisticated network of hormones controlling the entry and the exit of fat from the fat cell. The most important hormones are the ones controlling our hunger, and as usual in human physiology, we have 2 opposite hormones. The ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, which means that when your stomach is empty, this hormone is released and asks you to eat. The leptin, which is the satiety hormone, which means that when your stomach is full, the hormone is released and asks you to stop eating. Adiponectin is an hormone exclusively produced in the fat tissue, and it's acting in partnership with leptin and with insulin. G3PDH is not a hormone, it is an enzyme, and this is a bad guy. Because when released, all carbohydrate will be converted to fat. Norepinephrine is an hormone which increases thermogenesis, which means heat production by the body, and consequently will help to burn more fat. So what happens when we become obese? Our fat tissue, especially the abdominal one, becomes the reservoir of very aggressive molecules which are creating a silent inflammation syndrome. What means that? It means that those bad molecules will bind with leptin and insulin, stopping them to do their job. They will create a vicious circle where leptin cannot play the satiety role, and you will feel hungry all the time. Then you eat a lot, but insulin cannot play the role with sugar and fat. Sugar will increase in the blood, creating diabetes type 2. Adiponectin, which is partner with leptin, is not anymore functional. It is a mess which will lead to a lot of chronic diseases, including diabetes and cancer. This is why Jeunesse created Zen Bodi, a line of 3 products designed to help you to lose fat while keeping as much as possible your lean mass intact.